everyone, I wanted to demonstrate now how to do a practice called Neti in the yoga world, or nasal douching, which is the Western term. And this is one of those techniques to help clean the nose, one of those preventative techniques that we talked about in my last video for getting rid of excess mucus in the nasal passages. And also it's great just generally a technique. I often do it before I do like my yoga and breathing practices, because it just, when you wake up in the morning, it's kind of a natural time to have more secretions or built up mucus from the night. So I do my neti to clean my nose, and it's much easier to breathe. It's much easier to do pranayama and yoga breathing techniques and postures. It's also great if you get allergies, or, you know, with the excess pollution and allergies in the environment. Like I live in London, and there's lots of cars, and I think the pollution has just got worse over the years. And my allergies have got a little bit worse, but doing neti, I find really improves my allergies and just general breathing and getting rid of that excess mucus. It's especially beneficial right now, you know, as we know the COVID-19 increases mucus. One of the symptoms, it can increase mucus production, and it's a good technique to do to sort of prevent that. So this is a neti pot. You can buy them online. This is one I got in India. You can also get ceramic ones. This one it keeps for years, maybe 10 or 20 years. It is plastic, this one, so if you don't want to get plastic, you can get ceramic ones. You can also get copper ones and stainless steel. And it's like a little watering can. See the little water there. Okay, and what I've done, I've put like a half a teaspoon of sea salt. I put a bit of boiled water and I let that sea salt melt, and then I topped it up with some filtered cold water. And you want to make sure before you think about putting it in your nose that it's not too hot, because the last thing you want to do is to burn like the membranes in your nose. And the salt just has a cleaning effect, helps clean the nose, and it also softens the water, so it passes easier through the nose. And it's a good thing to do first thing in the morning. If you're getting a lot of mucus, you could do it 2 or 3 times a day. If you're living in like a polluted place, it's something you might want to do regularly. Quite often, sometimes when I've been out and about, after doing this, it can be quite dark, quite black from the pollution. Or if you do have a lot of allergies, do it more regularly. And it can take practice. You know, if you're not used to doing something like this, it can take a few times of practicing. So you have your everything prepared, and what you do is you make sure this is also really clean, and you know, especially with the current situation, you want to make sure you really clean it, sterilize it properly, boiled water or something like that with salt. And you put it up your nose and literally tip your head to the side like this, and the water's going to go up one nostril and down the other like this. Ready? Watch. See, I can breathe and talk through my mouth as I'm doing this. So my nostrils are quite clear. Sometimes it's not as easy as this. And I let it come out. And then I do a few times like this to clean nostrils. Then I'm going to try that on the other side. So it already feels a lot clearer. Other side now. Sometimes it's easier one side than the other. Some of it might go to the back of the throat, which is good because it's going up the nose into the throat, cleaning that passage. Great. You can breathe easier. And then sometimes you can also do it, because there's a passage up and through from nostril to nostril, but you can also put it up the nose and it comes into the mouth. You just stop it from going down the throat. But even if it does go down the throat, it's no problem. It's just a bit of salt water. So this one, depending on how the shape of your passage, and it comes out of your mouth. And sometimes you can take a tissue afterwards get rid of that excess water. Or just sometimes you can do this breathing technique like Kapalabhati, nostril to nostril. That just gets out any excess mucus. And as I said in my last video, the salt can sometimes be a bit drying. So what I do, this is a specific type of nose oil. It's an Ayurvedic technique called Nasal, where you put a little bit of medicated or herbal oil in your nose. And when it stops any dryness, it lines these mucous membranes so that the allergens can't attach so easily or they get caught. And also there's herbal oils, which is good for the breath, to open the breathing, but also to relax the mind. This is a classical one. Look, I don't know if you can see, it's called Anu Taila. Anu Taila, it might be written backwards there. But it's a mix of like sesame oil and some herbs. And literally I just take you can just put your head back and put drops like this. But what I'm going to do, it's probably actually more hygienic to do it like this. I'm going to do it. I just put a drop in each nostril. I just keep this for me. I don't share it with anyone. And then with my clean hands, you know, make sure you thoroughly cleaned your hands before you do this. I just sort of wipe it around the nostrils. And I think that layer of oil also, it prevents the allergens from getting into the body. And then you've got clean nostrils, got rid of that excess mucus, you can breathe easier. And then if you're getting the Anu oil, which you can buy quite easily online, if you want recommendations, just let me know. Or even just a bit of sesame oil, you put that in, or a bit of coconut oil just to line the nostrils if it's creating dryness. So that's called Neti or nasal douching, very beneficial as a general cleansing technique, but also at this time to reduce mucus, help improve your breathing. Thank you.